You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahag. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective. from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danon people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danons had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danons do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danons backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almeidrea.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag Saar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almeidrea plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute... That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Take down their defenses!
Here I go!
Fire support! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Now you see what I can do!
My shield?
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get...
Got it!
An opponent like this would be easy.
No further!
Into the shadows!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
Lightning raging cascade!
Rip and tear!
Do it! Shield!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Take the...
Lunar Rondo! In here!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo! Burn!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
No backing down!
For my lord!
Reload!
You're mine!
Cover the caster!
True gunslinger around here. This one's mine.
Lunar Rondo!
I can carve through
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
My turn!
You require a hand.
Swallow
Yeah!
All units is here and now!
Talon Hurricane! Rising Wyvern! We're not finished! Rising Wyvern! Not today!
Do it!
Talon Hurricane!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get careless.
I won't forgive you.
Take this!
Supernova!
You're mine! I owe you one. Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
There!
The enemy wields arc
We're
too.
not
We'll
finished!
soon see about that!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
I can carve through armor.
My shield? Here I come!
Eat this!
Thunder Field!
Rolling Whirlblade! Do it!
Astral energy!
In an instant! Impact Block!
There! Pounce it!
I'm just getting
Here I come! This one's all
Now!
mine!
Hey! Blow them away!
I've been doing really great lately.
like this should be easy.
Thank you. Lightning condemned!
I won't show you any mercy! Now you're mine! Rising Wyvern! Take this!
Into the center! Raging
Swallow Blade! Dragon Storm!
In here!
You're
Reload!
finished!
I'll be saving this one! Searing
You're
Flame!
mine!
Reload!
You're finished!
Shouldn't have messed with
I'll
me!
heal you all! I can do this all
Luna
alone!
Rondo! I'm on it! Soaring Red
Healing
Spear!
Now you see what I can do!
Stardust!
Seal!
I'm on it! Eat dirt! Thanks!
Attack! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Here I come!
Lightning orb!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Go no further! Here I
I'm
go!
on it! You're my Here I come! Dragon Storm! First try! Rising Wyvern! You're finished!
You require a hand.
Go! I never miss!
Double
For
dance!
the win!
Dragon Storm!
This one!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
Here's evil!
Glimmer Dragon! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Dance in the
Not a
wind!
chance! Dragon
Seal.
Storm!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
First strike!
Rising Wyvern! Take this!
Luna Rondo! We're not finished! Take this!
Here I go!
Swirling line! You're finished!
I'll tear you apart!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Right, here goes!
Eagle fly!
Luna Rondo!
So much for talking it out.
You picked the wrong fight! Stardust!
Look sharp!
Luna Rondo!
Do it! Saar! I'll stop your movement! And I'll stop your life!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
What's this? Look sharp!
Here I come!
Freeze
It's
laser!
over!
Look sharp! Talon hurricane!
Astral Voice?
That's my cue!
Tiger blade!
Shut him down!
Reload!
Rising
Here,
Wyvern!
let me help! First and this one's mine!
No escape!
I can carve through armor!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Die!
What's
You're
this?
mine!
Freeze lancer!
Look sharp!
Rising Wyvern!
Eagle assault!
Healing circle! Where are you going?
Mirage! Dragon Swarm!
Flame! Fury!
Blow away!
Burning strike! Glacial
All
spear!
good things
Pierce
come to an
evil!
end.
Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine! Down! You're all
Eternal
Take
Devastation!
away! Lightning!
Take this!
Wasn't weak!
Ignite!
Mega ray!
You're mine!
Annihilation! Mega ray!
This one's mine! I'm on it!
Tiger blade! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Never seen anything like it. It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from. This is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
evil!
I'll smash you!
Freeze laser!
Rising Wyvern! Luna Rondo!
Hear me! Flame
Oh,
of
yeah!
burning! Water! Here
Shut
you
up!
go! Red!
You're
Hear me!
finished!
Flame of
Here I
fury!
come! I'll tear you apart!
Easy and snaring to me.
That's it!
Yeah! And
Tiger
I'm
Blade!
prepare to be seen! You're mine! Stardust! Luna Rondo! I'll finish you here and now!
Here! Crescent
Burn in
Moon!
hell! Do it! More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Radiant
Here
Pierce!
I come! No further!
I'm gone!
I'm on it! It's over!
Ready to go! Here! Tiger Blade! I'm out of
You're
ammo!
on!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluba Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
I see one, eh? Take it! Dragon on your knees!
Going in!
Swallow blade!
What's for the ranged attack?
Got you now!
This one's mine!
Flying free! Dragon sword!
Sit still!
Shia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Take this!
Its armor's too strong.
Be my guest!
See what I can do.
Going in!
Rising Wyvern!
Tiger
You're on!
Freeze laser!
Visually! In an instant! Impact block!
Here's a healing
Not a
arm!
chance!
This one's mine! First aid!
We're not finished!
There! Go!
You're mine! You're finished!
Sword!
Slice! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! You're on!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
This one's mine!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'll heal you all!
I'm on a roll now!
Dragon Wizard!
That's Tiger Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's
An
mine!
eternal devastation! Ignite!
Tiger Blade!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Now I'm in the groove!
Far enough! Where are you going?
Crush!
Take this!
Sword Rain Alpha! Take it! I'll finish you!
Get toasty!
Bird strike! Hey, I'm pretty lucky. It's over!
You're mine! I'm gone! Here goes!
You through! Never escape!
Steering flame!
Eternal devastation! Crush!
Talon hurricane!
It's over! I can carve through wires!
I got it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now!
The enemy wields arc too.
We'll soon see about that!
Burn! First strike! Make it rain! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! My turn! By the power of one! Take this! Rising Viper! Eat this! Look sharp! You're on! One more! I'm just getting started! Eagle Fly! Make it rain!
It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Backing down!
You've got spirit!
Rising Wyvern! Nothing gets by me! A showdown between blade and fist!
Primed and ready!
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo! Soaring Light Spear!
I never miss! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Not a chance!
This one's mine!
Here I come! Take this!
No, I won't give in.
Take this! You're finished!
Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare to Malika!
Here we go again! Not today! Take this! Dragon Swarm! Try this! Clear the rain!
Time to hear my call! Flaming Meteor!
Here I come!
Hear my call! Spread!
Here goes!
You're mine!
Slice!
Nothing
Clear
gets by
Dragon!
me!
Healing
I'll
circle!
smash you!
Is there no way out?
Hear me!
This
Here I
one's
come!
mine!
I'm on slot! Swallow blade!
Hear my call!
Here I come!
Look sharp!
You're on! It's over!
Tiger Blade!
I'm not done!
Far enough!
I'm on it!
This one's mine!
Let me help! First aid!
I'm gone!
Charge like
Is it
that
in the
could
sky?
easily... be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation!
Not done yet!
Radiant light! Searing flame! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Here I come! Any more of this and I'll burn out!
A new lease on life!
Train harder.
An astral art?
That's my cue! First aid!
Shut him down!
Flaming Meteor!
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade!
Ignite!
Mega ray!
Take this!
Annihilation!
It's over!
Hear me! Flame of
Dragon
fury!
Swarm!
I'm ready!
This one's mine!
Try this! Explosive ring!
This one's mine!
First
I
aid!
owe you
Light
one!
up the dark!
You'll pay for
You're
that!
bruised all over. Did you even notice?
Guess I got carried away.
I'm not always going to be
Rising
around to
Wyvern!
heal you, you know.
Start up! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! There!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning!
Here I come!
Glacial
Dragon
shield!
Swarm!
Here's evil! Freeze laser!
Explosive!
Over?
A new lease on life! Think again! Annihilation! Gemini Aqua! Gale Force! Lightning Condense! Thunder Blast! Cover Faster!
In a bind?
Magna Ray! By the power of water! Gemini Aqua!
Can you
Now!
take it?
Ridwell! Astral Energy! Full throttle! Go!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Looks like some solid equipment. Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidrea sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidrea's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidrea may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidrea.
it ready!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Now! It's on! Lunar Rondo! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! I won't rest until I'm the best.
Like this should be easy.
You got
One more! You're finished! Glimmer Dragon! Stardust!
I can read your moves like a book.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'll heal you
Mahag!
all!
Rolling Snap! Stardust! Its armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest! It's over!
Now I'm in the groove!
Soaring Light Spear!
I'll smash you!
Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Radiant light! Here!
An astral bite?
That's my shield!
Shut him down! Stardust!
Do it! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Engaging!
Going in!
Rising Wyvern!
Here's the evil!
Lunar Rondo!
You think that shield will save you?
I see one, eh? Here I come!
I'll heal you all!
Mirage! Here
Do
I
it!
come!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Here, let me help!
Nothing
Arc
Talon Sword! Stardust!
Talon
Lunar Rondo!
I never miss!
Eagle Assault!
Soaring Light Spear!
Here's the evil!
We're not finished! See what I can do!
Sterling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
What's this thing? Right, here goes!
In a vine?
Take this!
This one's mine!
Rising Wyvern!
Laser Spear!
Rip it
Bam!
down!
Time to shine! Eagle Assault!
Dragon Stop!
Crescent Moon!
Rising Wyvern! You're mine! Mirage!
That's what you do it! Flaming Meteor!
Now I call!
Not today!
Rolling Snap!
Here I come! Damn it! Sword Blade!
Ready to go!
Rising Wyvern! In an instant! Impact block! My turn!
Going in!
Shattering pieces!
Now,
Take
Tiger
this!
Blade!
Eternal Devastation!
Now I'm in the groove!
one's mine.
Rip and tear!
Rising Wyvern!
Eagle Assault!
I'm not done!
Now you see what I can do!
Here I Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I wonder if I'm as strong as my dad was.
One day I think you'll surpass him.
I wonder when.
Right, here goes!
Let me help! First aid!
This one's
Take
mine!
this!
Eagle
Take
Fury!
this!
Burning
Dragon!
Fire!
It's on! Rising Wyvern!
Into the
Stardust!
shadows! Where are you going?
Lunar Rondo!
Now I'm in the groove!
Slack!
Going in!
Rising Wyvern!
Reload!
That's it! Talon Storm!
Here's our
Rising
healing arm!
Phoenix! Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Eat this!
Well, they go in.
Now I'm in the groove!
Dragon form!
And more of this should all burn out.
I really
We did
owe
it!
you one.
Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
This'll make us... even more formidable.
My turn! Rising Rondo! Lunar Rondo! Soaring like a spear!
I can carve through armor!
Swallow blade! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Glacial Spear!
Now!
Here's the evil!
Lunar Rondo! We're not finished! Sword Rain Alpha! I'm not done!
First aid!
That's far enough!
Take this!
Talon Hurricane!
Look sharp!
Glacial Spear!
Here I come!
Here's the evil!
This one's mine!
Rising Viper!
Do it!
Hey! Blow them away!
Mega Ray!
Time to
Go
stop!
back! Lunar Rondo! Eat dirt!
This one's mine!
You're on!
Glacial
I'm
Spear!
not
Tiger
done!
Blade!
You're on! Here I come!
Where are you going?
Strike!
Look sharp!
Slash!
Not
Roll
on
away!
my watch!
Rising Viper!
Only getting started!
Take
this! Going in!
You're mine!
That's
Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern!
I can carve through armor!
Stardust!
Radiant
This
Pierce!
one's mine!
This one's all mine!
On guard!
You're mine!
What?
Stardust!
This one's mine!
On your knees! Burn! First strike!
Talon
Storm! Strike!
Going in!
Swallow Blade!
Going in!
I'll teach you!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
dispose of the trash.
Got you now!
Their arts were interrupted.
Lightning! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Rising Wyvern! Strike!
Freeze lancer!
Start up!
Ready to go.
Here's a healing item! Ready!
Swallow down! You're mine!
The enemy wields arms too.
You can see them! That!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Die!
Guardian shield. This one's mine.
That's freaking good! Take this! That is
Going in.
Swallow blade! You're mine! You're on!
Going in.
Rising Wyvern!
Tiger blade.
that's the spot.
You're mine! It's over!
Ready!
Take this!
Now you see what I can do!
Mirage! Dragon Swarm!
Now you've gone and
Hear my
ticked me
call.
off.
Try this!
Look glacial spear. Pierce evil.
You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger
Take
blade.
this! Rising Wyvern!
Now I'm in the
Mirage!
humor. Denied.
First aid!
This one's
blade.
mine.
Rising
In a vine?
You're mine! Swallow blade!
Guardian shield.
Try harder!
I'll heal you all!
You're mine!
I can't heal you forever.
These fists have got your name on them!
Mega Sonic Rock! Rising Wyvern!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm out! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
My hit time!
First strike!
Look shot. This isn't how you feel. Tiger blade.
this.
First aid! Here's a healing item! First aid!
This one's mine.
Radiant spear!
There you go.
I'm out of
Take
ammo!
this.
One more.
You're finished!
Tiger blade.
Burn in hell!
Talon hurricane. Going in.
You're mine!
I'm ready.
It's over!
You're mine. I'm gone.
Dragon
One
Swarm!
more.
I'll tear you apart!
Take this!
I'm gone.
You're finished!
This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
Water. Hear my call.
Quiver blood!
Glacial spear.
Here's evil!
Try harder!
Freeze lancer!
I'm gone.
This one keeps charging us!
Hear my
That's my shield form. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! I'm not done!
No more playing nice! Radiant light! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
This glacial spear.
Pierce evil! Freeze lancer!
That's better.
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Water! Hear my call!
Take this!
Tiger blade. Leave the charge to me.
Confiscated!
This one's mine.
Gemini Opera!
Look sharp.
You're finished!
All stopped up!
Mirage!
I'm gone.
Can't get out of this!
Take this.
Radiant pierce!
I'm far enough. This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
Look sharp.
Ignite!
That's it. Tiger blade.
Glacial Gate! Dragon Swarm!
Going in.
Try
I
this!
never miss! Crescent moon!
Explosive River!
Astral energy!
Say no more. They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
We've reached our destination.
You could never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
The vermilion vegetation certainly gives this realm a distinct, if somber, ambiance.
Seems like there's lots of fruit and plants that we can eat.
I also can't help but notice the... Huh. I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
I'll see you again tomorrow. Well, off we go.
We've reached our destination. Stay sharp. We're going in.
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
Man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
My lord!
Okay guys, think it's time to run.
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here. What's this thing?
Freeze. Get in, get out.
You're mine!
Look sharp.
Dragon form! You're finished!
Look sharp.
Try
I'll
harder!
shoot them out of the sky.
You're mine! Dragon form!
Hit him where it hurts most.
I'm gone! There you are! Tiger blade! Burning strike! Dragon form!
I'm just getting started.
Here's a healing eagle.
First aid! Tear you apart!
Going in.
Explosive ring!
Over?
No! Don't leave me all alone here.
Swallow dance!
I'm on a roll now.
Eagle assault!
Going in.
That's what I get. We're shooting too high.
It's over! Tiger Blade!
Now you see what I can do.
Try harder! Not a chance! There! Stop! And again!
I really need one.
Dragon Swarm! Piercing Roar! You're finished! Take this! Dragon Swarm! I'll run you through! Sword Rain Alpha! Blow away! Dragon Down! Here I come! You're finished! Eat this! I'll finish you here now! Eagle Fly! Explosive Ring! Whirlwind Snap! Talon Storm! Dragon Swarm! No escape!
You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
I'll finish you here now! Swallow Blade! Ignite! Whirlwind Snap! Eat this! That's no further!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Shattering Crush! Pieces! Attack time! Explosive Ring!
I never miss.
I can carve through armor!
Dance in the wind.
It's over!
In here.
Rising Lightning! Eagle Fly! Mirage! Sword Rain Alpha!
I really owe you one.
Ready to go!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust. Here.
Swallow Dance!
One more.
Dragon Swarm! Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
Gotta regroup! Now you'll learn! Try harder!
Pierce
No chance! Dragon Pistol! Rising Wyvern! Strike! Not today!
Take this!
Rising Wyvern! Enough done!
Here's a healing arc.
Its armor's too strong.
It'll split it open!
Be my guest! Rising Wyvern! My turn! Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here, let me
Now! Here I come!
That frickin' does it! Armor won't save you!
My shield! Dragon Swarm! We're not finished! Rising Wyvern! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and...
The true power of the blazing sword.
It's only as strong as the one who wields it.
You truly mean that? Thank you.
If Almeidrea's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. One last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almeidrea.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I'd like to check their wares, if you don't. Mind.
Looks perfect and tastes just...
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
My way! Away! Tiger Blade!
Last one out gets eaten alive! There she is! Almeidrea!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almeidrea.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Niez. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such set. Had eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the fifth.
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Right!
Annihilate!
This one's mine!
Criminal!
Whirlwind tornado!
Dragon Form! Here I come!
Eagle Assault!
Sword Rain Alpha! Eternal
Going in!
Death!
Right! Healing Circle! Take it!
Right! Tiger Hurricane!
Ripping Tear!
I'm not done! Crush!
Eagle Assault!
Dragon Form!
Dance for me!
Come on!
This one's mine! This one's mine!
Dragon Form! Not today!
Lightning! Hear me!
Here I come! Dragon Form!
This one's mine! Stay away! Look sharp! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Look sharp!
I'm not done!
Water! Hear my call! Eat this!
What do you
I will lose you all!
Take this!
Eat this!
I'm not done!
Healing Circle! Time to shine! That's
Dragon Form!
Rip and tear! I owe you
You're
one for
finished!
that! This one's mine! Right! This one's mine!
Dragon Form! Rising Wyvern!
Crescent Moon! Burning Strike!
Now you see what I can do!
Here's evil! Crescent Moon!
All good things come to an end.
By the
Try harder!
Look sharp! Flame of Fury!
Eagle
Going
Dive!
in! Glacial Spear!
Dragon Form!
Piercing Roar! Eagle Dive! Please land!
Not like this!
You'll pay for that!
I'll bring you back from death to this! Resuscitation!
Dragon Form!
Fool!
Here I come! First strike! Take it! No escape!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Right.
Here goes!
Here I come! You're finished!
Take
Dragon Form!
Eagle Assault!
Burn!
Talon Hurricane! Time to shine!
You're mine!
Ready to go!
Dragon Form!
Just try and run!
Now! No!
Saar! Eat this! No, late! Now I'm real mad!
No! Can't get... Here!
Come on! You have to hold on!
Here I come!
Look sharp! Look sharp! One more!
Sighted!
Right!
First aid!
Big blast!
Mega
Look
Ray!
sharp!
Gemini Aqua!
Try harder!
Such a failure!
Hear me! Going in! Burning Strike!
Piercing roar!
Will this torch is display! Sharpness!
I owe you one.
Now healing vessel!
over!
Radiant light! Here! Ow! Here's a healing art! This one's mine!
Thank you.
Radiant light!
Right.
I'm going in!
Shining!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Dance in the wind! Here's a
This is
healing
your
art now!
time.
First aid! I'll be saving this Tiger Blade! Radiant here! Shining!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! Photon flash! First aid!
Is this it?
Wind astral energy! Dance in the wind! Spear! Air thrust! Light astral... I'll bring you back from death a bit! Can't be done!
Not my dawn! Lion!
Here! Light astral!
Dragon form! You're mine! Here I come! I'm not done!
Wretched fool!
Try harder! Take this! Go! You're finished!
Lightning will
I've used too much.
I'm not done!
Bloody
In
hell!
here! I'll be saving this way!
Explosive ring!
Scream fade and
Radiant
blood.
sword! Wherever that came from! Here goes! Back into the fray! Lightning! Here is flame of fury!
Can't get out of this!
Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's the
Eat
evil!
dirt!
Wind
Dragon
astral
form!
energy!
Elusive deity!
Let me help! Here's a healing art! First aid! Shining supernova! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Can you take it?
Radiant here!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Raging cascade! Mega ray! In here! Not on my watch!
Listen to it!
I'm
I'm not done!
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Rending! Resonate with the earth!
Here's a healing
Further. Stay away from my friend! Take this!
I'll bring you back!
Swarm!
Lightning condemned!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Thunderblade! Searing flame! Reload! Radiant spear!
Elusive deity!
Wind and fire!
Take it!
Reload!
Begin!
I'm out of ammo! I'm all stocked up! Confiscated!
Have some fun.
I'll grind you into dust!
Where are you going? Raging power! Flame of fury! Burning water! Here's the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
Hey, that...
One's all mine! Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity!
Air thrust!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Raging cascade!
Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Searing flame! Here's a healing art!
Eat dirt!
Can you take it up?
Take this! It's over!
Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Dragon
In a
Swarm!
vine?
Searing flame! Reload!
They're attacking quickly!
I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her. Take out the monster first.
On your
More for the south!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah! Take it away!
Raging storm! More flame of fury!
On your
Astral Nice!
This should do it!
There's a healing arc! Here, let me...
It's too much! You're mine!
Light astral...
Is this it? I couldn't... make it in time yet.
Photon test! Flame of fury! Air thrust!
I'm not...
Photon test!
You will suffer!
Here's a healing arc! Breaking sword! Into the shadows!
Behold my mighty power!
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
Can't get out of this!
Not on my watch! Searing flame! Reload! Here's a healing arc!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Gale force!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
Just try and run! I shall be... Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Here's the
Dragon Form!
I'm going in.
Come on! You have to go! Dragon Form!
I'll bring you back from
Time to shine.
resuscitation!
On guard.
Here's a healing arc!
No
First
peace
aid!
This one's mine.
You're mine!
Your place.
You're
Searing flame! Reload!
Going in.
I'll run you through!
Here's a healing
Sword
arc!
Ray Alpha!
Take this. Look sharp.
It's total devastation! Take this!
One more.
Tiger Blade! Here's evil!
I'll tear you apart!
Gemini Ultra!
Going in.
Talon Storm! Here I come!
Searing
Burn in
Tempest!
hell!
And that's
Go
not
away! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Tornado!
Try this!
Now you see what I can. I'm on a roll now.
Explosive ring! First
Not
strike!
in your dreams!
Stay away.
Talon
Healing
Hurricane!
Look sharp. Rip its hair. Eagle assault.
You're mine! Dragon
Rip its
Swarm!
hair. Tiger blade.
Dragon Swarm!
I'm lucky.
Talon Hurricane!
Going in.
You're mine!
Here's
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
This
Arc
one's mine.
Shield!
That's it.
You're finished!
Tiger blade. Their arcs were interrupted. Right. Time to shine.
This one's
Radiant
all mine!
Spear. Swallow dare.
Take
This
this!
one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
Confiscated! Annihilation!
It's over!
Hammond! Flame of Fury! Burning
Laser
Spear! Here's the evil!
No! Can't end here!
No way! Don't leave me all alone here. See what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done
Here's a
that.
healing arc!
Rolling first
I'm not
Come on,
going
roll now.
Dragon Swarm! First strike!
Tiger blade.
I'm not...
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'll heal you
Oh,
up!
damn!
Here goes!
Appreciate the help!
Here's a healing arm!
Swappy! I'm on it! Right! Moving snap!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Talent Storm!
Freeze
Take this!
laser!
Dragon Form! Elusive Beat! Try harder!
Here's a healing arm!
Then! For me!
I'll heal you all!
Negative gate! On your notes! Cross dot!
Here, let me help!
Thanks! I'll tear you apart! Watch it!
Lightning! Here, let me help! First aid!
Seismic rush! First strike! Dance on the wind! Take this!
Annihilation! Lightning!
Is this it? Okay.
This
is my fault.
I can't heal you forever! Lightning!
Dragon Swarm!
Searing
Resonate with the
Take
earth!
it! Here's a healing arm!
Thanks! You're mine!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Elusive deity! Go away! Take this! Cheating clap! This should do it! You picked the wrong fight!
Brimming with
Tear
hatred.
you apart! Dragon Swarm!
Foolishness.
I'll smash you! Watch this! Try not here! The tempest is over! For me! That spot!
I'll bring you back from death. Raging Storm! More without resistance!
Swimmer Dragon!
Dance in the wind!
Eat this!
Sleep now!
Dragon
I'll
Swarm!
be evading you!
How dare you! Talon
Here's
Hurricane!
evil!
Rising Wyvern!
Ready!
I'm not done!
Freeze laser!
Go! Dragon Swarm! I'll tear you apart!
Here's evil!
Watch
Raging
this!
Storm!
Try harder!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Swarm! I can carve through armor!
Raging Storm! Freeze Lancer! Eat this! I'll heal you all!
Oh! Now I'm real mad! You'll pay for that!
I'll bring you back from death to death!
Try harder!
Resuscitate!
There! Rhythmic tear! Now in the groove! Take this!
Reload!
This one! Oh my! Eagle Ride!
Here!
Try harder! Not here! Dragon Swarm!
Magic is there! In here! Annihilate!
Explosive Ring!
Radiant Flower!
Ignite!
Stay away!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Radiant Storm! More with that bloody!
Dare you!
There!
Dance in the wind!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Here, let me help.
Foolish slaves!
I owe you one! Dragon Swarm!
Raging
They're
Storm!
attacking separately.
Slam a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral art.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away!
More with that camera.
I've let you all down. Stay away from my friend!
Sleep now. Ready.
No! Can't end! Here!
I'll bring you back.
Here I come! It's over! No! Can't end here! You're mine! Dragon form! Dragon form! Eagle fly! Talon storm! Dragon swarm! I'm such a failure. Here I
You will suffer!
There's the healing arc.
Bad.
Wits about people.
You're mine!
Solo dance!
Dragon swarm!
Freeze laser.
Pieces! Attack time!
Lightning contest.
This should do it!
Thunderblade.
This
one's mine.
Dragon swarm!
I'll never forgive you.
What?
I'll take you down. You don't scare me.
I'll tear you apart!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now.
Eat this!
I really owe you one.
I'm not done!
Rip and tear!
Dragon swarm!
Mega ray.
Swarm! Blade!
Not in your dreams.
Now I'm in the groove!
Lightning
Take this!
descent.
Move it!
Thunderblade.
Dragon
Here
swarm!
goes. Here's another. Bullseye. Lightning descent. Thunderblade.
Try harder!
Annihilation. Hear me. Flame of fury. Burning stroke.
Take this!
Raging
Ready and ready!
Dragon swarm!
Eagle fly!
I'll heal you all.
Eagle fly!
Will this help?
I can't move!
Searing flame.
I'm on it!
I'll bring you back from death to
Eagle
life.
fly!
Whirlwind resuscitation now.
Water,
Not
hear
done
my
yet.
call.
Spread.
Dragon swarm!
Here's evil.
I'll smash you!
I'll be saving this one. In here.
Eagle fly!
Here goes.
Try harder!
Lightning.
Slash! Dragon swarm!
Fury. Here goes.
Can't move!
Here's evil. Here comes more reflector.
I'm on it! Eagle fly! What? I've let you all down.
Lightning condense. Here.
Not done yet!
First.
Try harder! My turn!
Bring you back from death's abyss.
Raging catch.
Dragon swarm!
Resuscitation now.
Move
been more careful.
Will this help?
Take this!
How dare you! Hard!
You're finished!
Healing circle!
That's a spot.
Dragon Swarm!
Water, here light! Where are you going?
Crumble! There!
Gemini Aqua!
Try harder!
Annihilation! Mega Ray!
Burn!
Annihilation!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
I'll bring you
Try
back
this!
from death to this!
Explosive Ring!
Hurricane! Resuscitation!
You're finished!
You will suffer.
Fight left in me! Healing circle! Ghosty lightning to death! Raging Cascade! In here!
My true power.
Lightning to death!
For Master Core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't.
More with that
Now you see what I can do!
I'm out of ammo!
Slap!
Lightning, here goes!
Here I come! I'm not
Not
done!
on my watch.
You're finished!
Lightning
Dragon
to death!
Swarm! I owe you one.
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity. Chaotic disaster.
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
You will suffer.
Hear my call!
Behold my true power.
Annihilation!
You're mine! This one's all mine! Dragon Swarm!
I've still got the
Swallow
fight left
blade!
in water! Hear my call!
Ignite!
Take red!
Dragon Swarm!
Raging!
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity. Chaotic disaster. Will suffer. My true power.
Dragon Swarm! Explosive
I
Ring!
never fit! Raging Cascade!
You're mine!
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity. Chaotic disaster.
I was overconfident.
You will suffer. Behold my true power.
Here I come! Is this it?
Spirit Flame! Reload! I'm out of ammo! Resuscitation!
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity. Chaotic disaster. You will suffer. Behold
Dragon
my
Swarm!
true power.
Slash! Dragon Swarm! First strike! Try this! Eat this! Explosive Ring! Dragon Swarm!
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity. Chaotic disaster.
Anything in armor is all mine!
You will suffer.
Just try and run!
Ignite! Dragon Swarm! Try this!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Eat this!
You will suffer!
Dragon Swarm!
Behold my true power!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Try this! Explosive Ring!
Shattering
You're
those
finished!
pieces! Attack time!
Take it!
I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again. Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganneth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
What just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Xion!
Alvin!
Xion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
Live for me.
No. Leori. No! Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Dragon Swarm! Rising Wiper! Take this! Swallow Blade! Rising Wiper! You're finished! Soaring Light Spear! This one's all mine! Dragon Swarm! Eat dirt! Rising Wyvern! Luna Rongo! Dragon Swarm! Here I come! You're finished! Megasonic Thrust! Strike! Rising Wyvern! Luna Rondo! Take this! It's over! Take this! No escape! Slash! Rising Wyvern! Strike! Mirage! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine! Dragon Swarm! You're mine! I'm not done! Try hard, not chance! Strike! Here I come! Luna Rondo! Eat dirt! Soaring Light! Mirage! Take this! It's over! Try harder! Dragon Swarm! Slash! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! I'm not... Slash! Swallow Blade! Luna Rondo! You're finished! Stardust! Luna Rondo! Take this! It's on! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! Eat dirt!
Alvin?
Rinwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
Courteous, aren't you?
Here I come!
Here goes!
Dragon Swarm!
Bullseye! Illuminate the dark! Come
Here I
forth,
come!
holy glimmer! Holy lamp! If it hides, dispatch it out again!
Here I come! Dragon
Illuminate
Swarm!
the dark! Come
Rising
forth,
Wyvern!
holy glimmer!
Hit!
Holy lamp!
Stunner! Elusive deity! It's over!
The enemy wields arm.
We'll soon see about that.
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade!
More where that came from! Dance in the wind! In
You're
here!
mine!
I'll be ready this way!
Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
You picked the wrong fight!
More where that
Here I come!
Elusive light!
You're out!
Rotating pile driver!
In an instant! Impact Block! Not a chance!
Illuminate the dark!
Take this!
Come
Elusive
forth, holy
deity!
glimmer! Holy
Rotating
lamp!
pile driver!
On your
Here
You're
goes!
mine! Swallow Blade!
Lightning condensed!
You're mine!
Thunder blade!
I'm ready! Show me! In an instant! Impact Block!
With this, I can become even stronger. Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidrea's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the blazing sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the spirit channeling ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, There is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Sarah.
Listen. What you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think? What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan Sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their Sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the Sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term Sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Xion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Xion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Xion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Xion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Xion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Xion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
spend that much money?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Remember, if the paint's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zoogle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Bet that shell's hiding something tasty. In a vine?
Here I come! Rising light!
No, I won't give in. You see what happened there? You crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Look sharp!
Sword Rain Alpha!
This one is mine!
You're mine!
Raging Cascade!
Rising light!
Yeah, and totally to me.
Dance in the
Far
wind!
enough!
Start us!
Go in!
An astral art?
That's my
You
cue!
picked the wrong fight! Shut him down!
Time to
I'm not
shine!
done! Rise up! Take this! It's too much!
Make it way! Dohaline!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Citizen!
Not a chance! It's almost too strong! Be my guest!
I'm being interrupted. I couldn't make it in time.
Sleep now.
Rising Wyvern!
More for the stockpile!
Mirage!
Another incantation ruined.
Swallow Blade!
Train harder.
Strike! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Lunar Rondo! Soaring Light Sphere! Stardust! Lunar Rondo! Here I come! This one's all mine! Here I come!
Down! You're on!
Going!
This one is mine! Their arcs were interrupted! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa! Look sharp!
Dragon Swarm!
I owe you one!
Take it!
Benediction.
No further! No escape! Rising Viper! Lunar Rondo!
Smash you!
Sleep now. I'll be saving this one.
Far enough!
Now!
Rising White!
All yours, Kisara.
Benediction.
My turn! Rising Viper!
Shot!
Lightning orb!
Lunar Rondo!
More where that came from.
Soaring Light Sphere!
Make it break! Dream.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Clock!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this Olim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, There's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not! Shion's our friend! Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
Whoa, that came out perfect! Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? You're saying we should check the owl forest? You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.